Quick question. Which is older, sharks or trees? Most people would say trees. They feel permanent, ancient, like the foundation of the world. But sharks have been patrolling the oceans for 450 million years. Trees? They didn't show up until about 350 million years ago. Sharks are older than the North Star. They are older than Saturn's rings. They've survived the big five mass extinctions. Why does that feel wrong? Why does our brain struggle to realize that Cleopatra lived closer to the invention of the iPhone than to the building of the Great Pyramid? Today, we're exploring the glitches in human perception and why our brains aren't built to understand time. Let's look at the Cleopatra scale. Cleopatra VII died in 30 BCE. The Great Pyramid of Giza was completed around 2560 BCE. That's a 2,500-year gap. Between Cleopatra and the first iPhone, only about 2,000 years. To us, ancient Egypt is one big sandy chapter. But to Cleopatra, the pyramids were already ancient ruins. She was a tourist in her own country's history. Why do we lump them together? It's called the telescoping effect. Our brains compress the distant past into a single mental bucket. Because we don't have personal memories of 2,000 years ago, our brain treats everything pre-modern as one flat image. It's like looking at a mountain range from 100 miles away. All the peaks look like they're standing in a straight line, even if they're miles apart. Once you realize our internal clock is broken, history gets weird. Fast. While the pharaohs were organizing the construction of the pyramids, woolly mammoths were still walking the earth on Wrangel Island. They didn't go extinct until 2000 BCE. We think of the Aztecs as an ancient civilization, but the University of Oxford started teaching in 1096. The Aztec Empire wasn't even founded until 1325. Oxford is older than the Aztecs. In 1977, France executed a man by guillotine. That same year, kids went to the theater to see the first Star Wars. These aren't just fun facts. They prove that we view history as a narrative, a series of chapters that follow one after the other. But history isn't a book. It's a chaotic, overlapping mess of different timelines happening all at once. Why are we so bad at this? The answer is evolution. For 99% of human history, we didn't need to understand deep time. Our ancestors needed to know three things. When did the fruit ripen last year? Seasonal time. When will my child be grown up? Generational time. How long since the last big flood? Narrative time. We evolved chronesthesia, the ability to mentally travel through time, but it was designed for survival, not for data. We perceive time logarithmically. To a 5-year-old, a year is 20% of their life. To a 50-year-old, it's 2%. This is why the last decade feels like it passed in a blink. But your childhood felt like a century. Apply that to 10,000 years of civilization, and our perspective becomes completely warped. Anything beyond our grandparent horizon, which is the time our oldest living relatives can remember, becomes the past, and the past has no depth. This isn't just a fun brain glitch. Our inability to perceive deep time is why we struggle with things like climate change or long-term infrastructure. We are present biased. We treat the current world as the default. We think the way things are now, with our cities, our internet, our specific climate, is how it's always been. But on the shark scale, the era of human civilization is a tiny, microscopic blip. Sharks have seen the continents move. They've seen the stars shift position in the sky. To them, we are the temporary ones. So, how do we fix it? We probably can't. Our brains are hardwired to prioritize the now. But the next time you look at a tree, remember, it's a newcomer. The next time you think of the ancient Aztecs, remember they're younger than a British university. Time isn't a line, it's a vast ocean, and we're just swimming on the surface. Which of these overlaps blew your mind the most? For me, it's the woolly mammoths seeing the pyramids. Let me know yours in the comments. If today's video changed the way you look at a tree or a history book, hit that like button. It helps the algorithm find more humans who need a perspective shift. And if you want to keep peeling back the hidden layers of our world, join the search by hitting subscribe. This is Stick and Seek. Stay curious, stay human, and I'll see you in the next one.